Yo, what's up? This is a quick video on whether or not we should invade Russia. This is super funny, and the only reason I'm even bringing it up is because my computer read me an article talking about people asking Trump whether or not we should invade Russia. And what my question is do you think that we should invade Russia? And if you're the kind of person that says, yes, we should invade Russia, are you the one that's going to go do it? Because what I think about this, most of this kind of stuff is that I don't want to go invade Russia. I don't want my kids to go invade Russia. Why would we want to go invade Russia? And the only reason I'm asking that is because Russia has its own citizens. They do their own things. Now, do I like the fact that they're invading another country right now and that they've done bad things or whatever in the past? No, but every single country on this planet has done bad things, including America, including every single place that's ever existed. And it doesn't even matter. Look at that sky right there. That's cool. It doesn't even matter what you think. Whatever tribe you came from, whatever place you grew up from, read a book. Everybody kills each other. All groups kill each other from the beginning of time. There's nobody who is just like nice and never hurt any other group. That's not even possible. That doesn't even exist. So like in America, I hear all these whiny people complain about this is stolen land or whatever. No, can I tell you right now? Here's the reality. Yeah, were there Native Americans here that died, that got killed? And our ancestors as Americans killed them and took over their land. Yeah, that was a war we won. That's how simple that is. So is this stolen land? No, it's not. And if you believe it's stolen land, you're a stupid bitch. That's how simple it is. That's it. You know why? Because where did Native Americans come from? As far as I know, their DNA comes from, I think, Europe somewhere. No, Asia somewhere. So that means that they were never Native Americans, okay? They were people from wherever they came from. And I can't remember because of my brain, so I can't remember. But I know they're not from America. They came over here and they conquered America. So if you believe that God put us here, then there was nobody over there. And those Asian people just went there and they settled that land. Okay, boom, that's one option. If you believe that we all grew out of like little pools and came out of the ground or whatever, maybe there was people here. So those people that actually came over here from Asia killed those people or integrated with them or whatever you want to say. So technically they murdered people and they took over the land. And if you want to even take it a level further, well then who is the actual land in America that does belong to? Because what's the group that was the final group? What's the group that killed the other groups? Like on and on and on and on and on. So who is that land actually belonging to at the end of the day? Do you know who it belongs to? Those people that live there right now. Us, okay? Americans. You know where I'm from? So all over the world. I got DNA from everywhere. South America, North America, Europe, all over the place in Europe. And some places on little tiny islands in the middle of nowhere that I don't even know where my DNA came from. All right, so I'm like worldwide, and I think most people that get their DNA done are gonna figure out the same thing. And I'm pretty sure right now it's still the situation where there's one man and one woman that all DNA comes from. And whether that's biblical or not, that part is irrelevant. But at this point, every person on this planet comes from one man and one woman. Do you know what that means? That means we're basically all the same. We're all brothers, we're all sisters, whatever. We're all part of one big family. Our DNA comes from the same place. That's another reason why that your color of your skin doesn't matter. My color doesn't matter. Nothing matters except for where you're from. Your heritage, basically, your country, what you believe in, the language, and the things that make you part of the country that you're in. And if you don't want to be part of the country you're in, go to a different country. That's so simple and basic. You have the freedom and the right to go do that right now. And then make that a better country. Don't try to change the country because you don't like the country when there's plenty of people that live here that do. That's the dumbest crap ever. I don't understand why people are so stupid. Okay, back to the point. Russia invasion, all right? If you don't like Russia and you want to invade Russia and you want America to invade Russia, here's what I have to say to you. Do it yourself. Do it yourself, okay? Get a band of freaking group of people that want to actually invade Russia. And I'm talking about specifically, because I'm an American, I'm talking about from people from America. If you live in America and you work for the media, or you are part of a group and you want us to go invade Russia, get your boots on and go over there. Get a big, huge army of people. Get a bunch of plane tickets. Get funding. Go land on some soil that's close to Russia and go invade them. What are you doing? That's up to you. You could do that right now. I don't need to, and I don't need my family to. You know what I want to do? I want Trump to talk with Vladimir Putin, and I want them to work out an agreement. Yeah. Would it be perfect if everything worked out so that the people didn't lose any part of their sovereignty and all that kind of stuff? Sure. But you know what I would say? Because what's that country that he even invaded? I don't even know. And again, I just don't know because of my brain. I can't think of it. But whatever country he's invading right now, why not just have a ask all the people, right? Why not just have a what's that called? Where you have everybody vote? A voting thing. Why don't you just let them all vote? Maybe they want to become part of Russia. I don't know what's true and what's not true. I don't know how many of the Ukrainians want to be Russian or whatever else. Why not just let them vote? And let them vote the way they do. And those parts that vote for Russia, part of Russia. The ones that don't, not part of Russia. That's how simple it is. And then all you have to do is you have to have all of these people from the UN and the rest of the world stop being little pussies and decide that they're going to back up Ukraine. That's how simple it is. Okay? That's easy. That's basic. All right? That's it. And if you're willing to ruin the world and have nukes fly and everything else and destroy the entire planet and kill everybody and everything else because you care that much about the sovereignty of Ukraine or whatever, and you're willing to risk America and every other country and everything else, you're just stupid as hell. That's what it comes down to, okay? Get a band together of all the people that you think should fight. Go over there and fight yourself. That's how simple it is, okay? Stop screaming and yelling. Stop bringing up some BS about how you think that I should go fight. You think my kids should go fight because Russia's done nothing to me, okay? You know what I want to do? I want to be friends with every single nation on this entire planet, and I think we should all work together, and we should basically just ask straight up, okay? No more wars, no more fighting. What do you actually need, okay? Russia needs stuff so that they can build their economy, and every place on the planet needs that. Let's just all work together. Let's keep it simple, and there you go. That's the reality. And if that's not how we're going to do, then let's build one massive military that controls everything, that goes around and deals with problems. Because you can't keep doing what you're doing right now. It's the same thing with every other country that fights each other, that's been fighting each other for thousands of years. All right? There's one happening right now. I can't think of who they are, but you have the Jews versus the, who are those people? I can't think of what they are. The Muslims, okay? That's been happening since the time I was born. I remember hearing about it since I was like a little kid. And those people are killing each other for no reason. They're murdering each other for no point because it's all about their religion and on and on and on and on and on. And I don't know what's true, but I can guarantee you several different things. And the first simplest thing is, if you think your God wants you to kill somebody else for your God, you're dumb as shit because that's not true. Okay? Not true, 100%. All I can tell you is from what I know from reading and hearing about things. If you read the Bible, Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, and this is what I'm saying though, Old Testament's a different situation, but if you believe in Jesus, which we know he existed, so Jesus is real, whether you believe that he's just a person or he's a God from heaven or whatever, all of that's irrelevant. If you believe in his teaching, he doesn't want you to kill anybody, okay? Period. He wants you to love people, period. Okay, so that's basic. So if you're a Christian, that means don't kill anybody. Okay, that solves that issue. Now, if you're Old Testament, there is a different situation there. And I don't know that much about that side of it. But I do know from actually going to those places and talking to the actual people, they don't hate anybody. They just want everybody to get along, and they want to live their lives. They want to build their own communities, and they don't want to have to worry about people invading them and killing them. Citizens, that's what I'm talking about. So if that's the reality, that means anybody that goes into anybody else's territory and kills them is a terrorist. That's how straightforward that is. So you make a freaking agreement with the rest of the planet, and you say, hey, if one group of people go invade another country, not everybody, but all the people that went and invaded, they're all terrorists. You kill them all. Solves the problem eventually. But here's what we do. We don't ever solve the actual problem. We never take out the people that are at the top. And that's the same thing that happened over there. So there's good Muslims, there's bad Muslims, there's good Christians, there's bad Christians. What I know about Muhammad is they did go to war. They did do a lot of, I don't know, bad stuff, but so did people, Christians or whatever else. But what I think I remember about Muhammad is Muhammad doesn't want you to go kill people. So if that's true, then that means you're following a teacher who's making up fake information, putting it out there and telling you that if you go murder people, that's the religion you're following. So that's not being a Muslim. That's being a follower of whoever that teacher is. Those are two separate things. So you think you're going to go to heaven and like have, 900 virgins or whatever you're supposed to get or whatever. Now, again, because of my brain thing, I can't tell you whether or not that's true based on a book, but who wrote the book? And if you're supposed to be a Muslim following Muhammad, you got to make sure that what you're doing is accurate based on that. Because some stupid schmuck that made something up that tells you a different story means it's probably bullshit and you ain't going nowhere but straight to hell. And you are going to burn, okay? If you believe in that stuff. Or you're going to nothing, which is basically a void. And what you did in life was pointless. No one will remember you except for if you did something bad or good based on what you actually did. And I think that everybody fits into those two categories. Whether you're religious or not, you're either going to go to a good place or a bad place, or you're going to not exist. So when people read about you in the history books, that's all they're going to know. So you want to be remembered for good stuff, do good things. If you want to be remembered for bad things, do bad things. And that's all that's going to happen. And history already knows because we can record stuff now. We write stuff down right now. So I know that this got super long and this always happens to me, but it is what it is. The reality of what I thought about today was, why would I ever go invade Russia? What do I have against the people in Russia? Nothing. Now, what do I know about the actual people that are in power? Not that much, okay? Do I know if they're good or bad? I have no idea. All I can tell you right now is what we need on this planet to help all of us as little peons. I'm a peon, you're a peon, is to reduce government, all right? That's the best thing that could help all of us. The least amount of people in power and people that are in power need to only care about the places where they live and trying to make their countries and their communities as good and as safe as possible. We need way less people that are actual politicians because they're basically all evil. And that's the reality of life. And we don't need a bunch of scientists and really smart people who want to blow up the world and have, what's it called? Not nuclear destruction, but that thing where like if one person shoots a bomb, everybody shoots a bomb and we all die together. That's the dumbest crap ever. You know who frickin' figured that out? An idiot. You think people are smart, but the reality is the smartest people on this planet usually have the dumbest ideas. Can they figure out really cool stuff? Yes, but they are idiots at actually living normal lives. That is why people like us, me and you, normal people, are the ones that need to vote and try to control this stuff to make sure that we have people that care about us first. Do you know what should be most important? I live in America, so I'm speaking from America. America should be number one. That's it. We should care about our own people first. If you come over here from some other country then we should say bullshit to you. You got to learn our language and you got to follow our rules, and you have to go through whatever it takes, all the paperwork to get naturalized if that's what you want. But if you don't know our own language and you're not going to follow our rules and integrate into our society, then you should go home. That's it. And we should also make sure that the people that do come in here are the best possible people from other countries, and that they're going to come here and help our America get better, not go through school and then go to a different country. What's the point of that? That doesn't make any sense for us, especially if we're the ones paying for it. That makes no sense. There's so many things that we could do to make the world a better place, and all of that involves making your country the best it can possibly be. Because when you focus on every other country, especially people that are retarded and all they want is free everything, free food, free housing, whatever, and they just run around beating people up, stabbing people, doing all types of horrible stuff, those aren't good people. Those are bad people, all right? And you know what we should do to bad people? Eliminate them. That's simple. I know people are going to have a hard time hearing that. I mean, first of all, we should teach them the difference between wrong and right. I definitely believe in that. And we should try to do some basic rehabilitation. But you get to a point where it's like, how many times do you rehabilitate people? Not forever. That's basic. Okay? You send them back to the countries they came from. You let those countries deal with them. And I know why a lot of people don't. We got people from all over the world coming here to America because it is the best country, period. Okay? And I know why a lot of people that live here in America are stupid and they want those people to stay here. And you know why too. You know why it is? It's because when we send them back to those other countries, they get eliminated, okay? Because those people are normally worthless. They come here, they do nothing for us, and they only cause problems. I don't like that stuff. I think this place should be safe. I think if I'm paying taxes, I want my kids safe. I want all my neighbors safe. I want everybody around here to be safe. And I think if we're the ones paying for those kind of things, we should decide where it goes. And if a politician wants to spend money to help people in other countries, they should pay for it themselves. You know what that'll do? Stop all that BS. Have a great day.